Hello there folks, it's me, RJB from RJB TV, and we have Gensay returning to the channel against Leebokgu. It's been quite a little while since I last casted Gensay, and that is in part because he retired from StarCraft somewhere in September of 2023. But I still have a lot of Gensay replays lying around, and you know what? We are going to keep the legacy alive by just casting games with Gensay in them. We're never ever gonna let his playing time be forgotten because he was oh so amazing when he was active. He was legitimately, in my opinion, one of my favorite players and one of the best players in all of StarCraft. In 1 vs 1, 2v2 and fastest map, even 3v3, he was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely stellar player. He has some peculiar personality traits that do show up here and there in his play, but overall, the guy is as solid as it gets. He's fast, got micro, macro, a lot of experience against the very best players in the world. He's creative, he's arrogant and cocky, which shows in his play, and that's what I mean with his peculiar characteristic traits that sometimes display themselves, like his cockiness, his arrogance. Sometimes it does backfire and he shoots himself in the foot and loses a game. But that aside, he is very aggressive, great control, very entertaining player. Very entertaining player. So he goes for a supply depot barracks into a delayed second barracks and into no third barracks. Whereas his opponent, Leebokgu, here on the Protoss on the top middle of the map, goes for gateway into Zealot into a Nexus. That is one of the build orders he is extremely good at. And it's one of the build orders he loves going on these middle spawn locations, because you gotta get those Zealots, because you might just get rushed by a Terran if you go for a Forge first, and your cannons might get killed. But also, having less travel distance to the middle makes those Zealot attacks just that little bit stronger than if you were to be on a corner spawn where the travel distance is simply a little longer. So there's a Nexus. We have a triple barracks here from Gensay. All the timings from Gensay here are a little bit weird. Just a little bit weird. Like the first barracks and supply depot are exactly on time, but then barracks number 2 and 3 are both a little bit slower than usual. But it's all gonna work out perfectly fine because he has not been found yet. The Zealots are splitting up to scout the map. One of them is chasing an SCV. So he's not going to get rushed. One single Zealot is not going to do too much. And by the time the other Zealots, number 2, 3, and 4 arrive here, he will likely have enough Marines to defend himself. There's a command center coming up. He skipped a round of Marine production to finance the command center and maybe to finance a third command center as well. He's gonna go for a third one. Yeah, he keeps skipping Marine production. So that's about 7 Marines to defend there in the front. Zealot is pulled into the fight. We got triple Nexus coming out there from Leebokgu. So both players are thinking along similar lines. And it's likely that Gensay went for the triple in response to Leebokgu's triple, because he saw the triple from Leebokgu with that SCV. He saw it. And he was like, you know what, I'm not going to be in danger against a double gateway production and a very delayed cyber core. I'm just going to go for triple as well. So that's his plan. He's going to try to match the economy and the income and the production from Leebokgu by getting more SCVs himself. That's the idea, that's the plan. Both players doing more or less the same thing with opposing races. So there's really not much I can say at the moment about this specifically, because when you get into this situation, as an observer, as a caster, you really just have to wait and see what they're gonna do. Because for Protoss, there are a lot of different pathways they can go for. They can go for mass gateway, mass upgrades. They can go for double or triple robo. They can maybe even go for a Citadel of a Dune and a robo, and try to get Zelda speed, maybe even Dark Templars on the map. It's really hard to say what Leebokgu is gonna try to do here. I do have to add though, Leebokgu is one of the players who tends to go for the more standard build order options. So even though the triple Nexus isn't exactly standard, he will probably take the pathway into the more standard options, such as very strong robotics play. He's not really the player to go for Dark Templars that much, but you never know. He might just take out the Dark Templar, whip it out, and surprise everyone. Whereas Gensay is a wild as hell player. He will do very wacky things, like going for a 6 barracks and no factory. There's the engineering bay coming up as well. He's getting so much information with this one SCV that's still alive. He really sees everything that's going on, and that's likely informing his choices at the moment. Got a shuttle on the way. It's really only a single robotics, not a double robotics. And that leads me to believe he's going to just go straight for High Templar drop, and maybe even a mass gateway, although he's adding a second robotics there. There's no cannons around the nexus there yet, so he doesn't really... Like, the thing is, Leebokgu did not get into Gensay's base, but here you can see what Gensay's up to. Here you can see what Gensay's up to. This is the crazy aspect of his play. He's going for a mass marine medic. He's going to try to stim through this choke point. He's going to go in before he gets his... He's going to go in before he gets range. Goes in, goes for the attack. It's a lot of Zealots there in the front protecting those cannons. Cannons firing hard. Zealots going down very quickly there, though. Medics, only 4 medics on the scene. A lot of Marines already died. He's not going to break through. More Marines coming from across the map. He's going to try to break through with brute force, and this is where Gensay's arrogance sometimes backfires. Like, what he should have done is send a Marine forward and see how many Zealots and Dragoons there are before actually committing to the attack. Because now he lost a lot of Marines, he killed some Zealots and some Dragoons, but he didn't break through. And that was the plan, breaking through. He's going to try again, though. He's going to try again. But the fact that Leebokgu saw that many Marines stimming into his cannons gives him a lot of information. And that's the reason why we see another 6 gateways being added on, more cannons being thrown up in the front. We see Dark Templars, we see Reavers in production, we see High Templar, Storm, Zealot Speed, and Shuttle Speed all on the way. And this is all going to be to defend against Marines, because Marines, historically speaking, do not do well against Reavers. And look at the Reaver there in the front, going to take a shot. A couple Marines there going to the front, a couple Marines go down. That's a pretty good hit. Pretty good hit. Going to try to just kill whatever he can from a far, safe distance. Marines, absolutely terrible against Reavers. We have a factory on the way there for Gensay. He's on 54 SCVs. We have 57 probes there. We have double shuttle on the way. High Templars in production. He's running forward. Marines are stimming forward to get on top of the Reaver. There's 2 Reavers and 1 Reaver. Both Reavers go down. Shuttle is taken down. Scans with the Dark Templars do go down. Turret wasn't finished yet, but the Dark Templars do not survive. Now we have some High Templars on the scene. He might put them on the high ground. He might go for a counter drop. 2 options. High Templar on the high ground, easy to storm on the Marines here in this choke point. But if he flies around and hits the storm drop, he will kill the economy, and that will lead him to a victory. Because then he can just outmass and outmacro. The poor Terran that lost... Oh, he's gonna stim forward again, but only 2 medics. Takes down the pylon, though. That's huge, because now he's going to break through when the cannons are no longer powered up. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Storm there on the Marines, though. A lot of Marines do go down there in the front. And that basically kills the attempt at breaking through. He broke through for a small little bit, but he's got no more units to reinforce. So we're going to switch back here to his home base, where he's going to have to defend against this shuttle, which is looking for a way in. Finds an angle there over the top side. Marines are in between. Marines are going to try to storm. Marines kill the shuttle. Marines can't storm. I'm not sure what I was saying there. But the Marines take down the shuttle and the High Templar. No storm was cast. And Gensay is in a great place. 73 SCVs. He's rich. He's growing rapidly. 6 barracks for massive Marine production. He's got level 1 attack finished up there for the Marines. Actually, no. It's still on the way. I was wrong. It's still on the way. Now he's getting his armories as well. We don't have a starport yet. No science facility yet, so he's going to get armor next, most likely. Still only on double gas there in the back. We got a small little mass attack coming from across the map. We have a bunker, triple bunker in the front, and a supply depot. Probably not going to break through with this small little army. Another drop there in the sky, waiting to go in as a Reaver in the mix as well. So this is an army built to kill Marines. Bunkers are party pooping. Drop there on the bottom corner. Gonna have to watch that as well. It's gonna go in. Turret shooting, unloading. Templars too far away from the SCVs. I'm having trouble pronouncing different words at the moment. I'm not sure why, but I'm struggling to pronounce very simple words like Marines and SCVs. Struggling. It's a difficult language. So we have Triple Forge. We have about, I'd say that's 11 gateways, another 3 on the top, so 14 gateways in total. We have Double Robo, getting 2 more for a total of 4. Getting Air Armor, getting Kandarian Amulet for Templar Energy. He's switching over to the Mass Shuttle drop. He's going to try to kill whatever he can and ignore this pesky little block in the front. That's the idea. Although he's going to go for a mass attack at the same time as well. He's going to go for the double trouble attack. Let's just call it that. Double trouble. Double trouble. Zealous in the front. Shuttles over the side. Is he going to go for the SCVs or is he gonna... He's going to go for the SCVs. Finds a hole. Flies right into the hole. So he's running to safety. Templar Storms on nothing. The frontal attack there is quite successful though. He's going to make... That repair on the bunker is really throwing a wrench into this frontal attack. Kills... Wait, he got the SCVs! Another High Templar came in. I thought the drop was over, but oh boy was I wrong. I missed the storm. It went down from about 80 to 30. So he managed to trick not only me, but Gensay as well. Gensay thought it was safe. I thought he was safe. Nope. Leebokgu knew otherwise. He was not safe. He was in fact in a lot of danger. But he has 4 command centers and a small little bank and quite a nice amount of units. So he's not out of the game just yet. He can still recover. And is he going to get level 1 armor or level 2 attack? I don't see it upgrading yet. He still needs a science facility though. So he's building that right there on the side. Getting attack level 1 and armor 1 there for ground army for the tanks. Getting a couple more gateways, getting Corsairs for those shuttles. More upgrades there on the way. He's currently on level 1 attack, then level 2, level 1 armor and shield actually. Fleet Beacon there warping in. Another attack there ready to go. It's a shuttle drop once again, escorted by Corsairs. Hard to take down, but Marines are on the scene, ready to snipe those shuttles. Gets 1, he's gonna get number 2, gets number 2, gonna get number 3. Number 3 does not go down. Number 3 gets slid lit off. Templars unloading, Templars storming, Templars missing there though. Another High Templar on the scene gets taken down by a siege tank. There's more units in the mix there though. Zealots unloading, trying to get those tank shots on the SCVs. Tanks unsieging to stop the friendly fire. There's still something in there. Nope, the Marines cleaned it out. Nothing to be worried about. Tanks re-siege. The location, the area has been secured. It's safe. And back on 58 of those SCVs. He's recovered. Level 1 attack and armor finished there for his tanks. Another drop there over the left side, right side. Cannons on the middle, warping in. A couple Marines trying to stop it though. It's something he has to do. So he finds a great angle. What can he hit? Marines in between, having trouble to get those shuttles, but the shuttles do unload. SCVs have to run to safety right now. 1 storm is going to be a double storm, and it kills, once again, about 30 SCVs. I think it was on about 60 at that exact point in time. They're down to 32. He tried to snipe the shuttles, but couldn't quite get them killed on time, and he pays the price for not pulling his SCVs to safety. It's a risky game that people like to play at this level. Because if you can snipe the High Templars and the shuttles before they can storm or unload, then you have just saved yourself a lot of time by keeping those SCVs on the minerals. But if you cannot kill them on time, you're playing a dangerous game of trying to be faster, and the storm can be cast and kill the SCVs. And he failed the game. He didn't win that specific game. Didn't win the gamble. But he's still recovering with those 5 command centers. It's a lot of SV production. He can recover rapidly, and he still has a lot of units all around his base. A lot of units all around his base. He's killing a machine shop, I'm not sure why. Big attack in the front, huge attack. Shuttles in the back. He's having trouble hitting those bunkers. He's gonna unload on the front. He's gonna go for the backside, maybe. Templar on the scene, Templar's getting sniped, Templar's getting killed. 1 more Templar, 2 more Templars, storming yet again. And he hits the SVs yet again. Tricky drop. Manages to fool him yet again. I mean, he started unloading all the way in the front. So I thought at first he was unloading at the front. Then he flew in even deeper and unloaded on the backside. So yeah, he managed to do it. I just want to really quickly see where that one drop landed that really hit him really hard. Just to see how many he lost. It was an 83. 83 SCVs. 83 SCVs. And he went down to 30 or something. The drop comes in. One more shuttle. Yeah, one more shuttle was alive. And he gets him right where it counts. Right in the kisser. Punches him hard. Kills pesky SCVs. Again, that's game number 1. That is game number 1. Because we have a series here, and we're going to look at a couple more games. Maybe, depending on how long game number 2 is, we might look at 1 more game, or maybe 2 more games. So let's dive right in. We got a 1-win score for Leebokgu. I'm just going to put that up on the top after the game starts. Also, I just realized that I put the title slightly wrong. Let me just fix it real quick. Like, I want to see their faces. Yeah, like that. Let's look at the faces of the Giga Chats. Okay, let's update the score somewhere. Okay, I got the score typed in and put it at the top. There it is. It's off center. It's a little bit big as well, so make it a little bit smaller. And there we go. Right next to it. And there it is. 1 win for Gensay. Now we're in game number 2. Gensay and the Protoss right next to Gensay here on the Red Terran. Right next to each other. The Red Army against the Blue Aliens. Who is gonna be the victor? Is it gonna be Leebokgu again? With his very strong and solid Protoss. Very strong shuttle drop playstyle. Very accurate storms. And even a little bit of trickery mixed in to catch his opponent slipping and sliding all over the place like a Looney Tunes character. Last game, I'm kind of surprised Gensay managed to do the mass marine attack, fail at the mass marine attack, and almost defend the drops. All he had to do was keep those SCVs alive. He just couldn't do it. It's very hard to do, I must admit. Keeping the SCVs alive against players who are as good at shuttle drops as Leebokgu is, it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. Definitely not easy to do. Leebokgu really is one of the best players in the world when it comes to those very well-controlled shuttle drops. Combine that with the playing speed of him playing at Mach 5, Mach 7, Mach 10, and you are gonna be in trouble when you make a single mistake. Now Gensay is going for a supply depot, barracks, gas, academy. There's going to be a very fast stim, very fast firebats, and very fast medics. He's scouting the wrong direction there though. Leebokgu has not started scouting yet, but there he goes. He's going to go to the left side of the map, and he's going to find Gensay on his first attempt, but likewise, Gensay is going to find Leebokgu on his second attempt at scouting. Have to kill the probe there first to deny information, but Leebokgu sees all the information, so he's gonna change his plan, because now he knows that Gensay's destination is these probes. He'll try to break through with the front. He sees the academy there up on the front very early. Sees the well, he can assume there's gonna be gas. If you see an academy, there has to be gas. You cannot go for the academy without gas. That's kind of silly. So Stim is on the way. You've got medics in production, Marines in production. Medics should be coming up very soon. Double cannon in the front, cybercore in the back, cannon coming up in the back as well, and double gas. So he's gonna lift up the barracks. He's not gonna go for a front break, he's gonna lift them up, go for stim, and go for a very early, super fast factory. Gensay is cooking. Whether it's good cooking, I don't know, but he's cooking something. I like this approach. It's risky. But there are some pretty big rewards to this very risky playstyle. But Leebokgu has a pylon on the side because he knows this is an option. If you're right next to the Terran and they go for a very fast academy, this is a realistic option. So he has a cannon in the back. He gets another cannon in the front. He thought that Gensay would break to the front. It was wrong. Goes for the bottom break. Gonna put his... Oh, he's a little bit too slow. Gonna try to block the firebat, do some damage. Cannon will take it down. There's 2 firebats in the base. Gonna build more of them. So with this first round of firebats, he's gonna do some scouting. and pull the Zealots away from the Nexus. And with the next two, he's maybe going to try to run onto the probes. Maybe he's going to try to do it with these as well. We're going to go from two directions at the same time. Getting closer. One goes down, one survives, one does some damage, but none of them live long enough to really do any material damage. Fire probes took a hit. Always hurts, but I think only a couple of them got hit because they were all split up. So no dangerous amounts of damage taken by Leebokgu. Firebash is going to fight there inside of his base. Going to command center on the way there back at home. Build a medic. Is that a command center? That's an engineering bay. Build 2 more barracks here back at home. And Gensay is playing a very, very funky game. Very funky game. And Leebokgu is going for Dark Templars. Now Gensay has seen the Templar's archive, so he probably knows Dark Templars are on the way. But will he have turrets on time? Will he have turrets on time? He's building a starport in the front. He's gonna have to start that turret right about now, but the Dark Templars are out on the map. Wait, are they? No, not yet. Almost finished. He's gonna break through. This is one of the most creative Terran build orders I've seen in a very long time. This is a typical Gensay thing to do. Typical Gensay thing to do. Just pure hyper aggression. Turret finishes up on time. We have a shuttle though, and the shuttle's going to fly over the wall. He's not going to try to kill this in the front, he's just going to fly into Gensay's base, where he's building a turret at the moment, and a bunker as well, but there's nothing here in the back to defend. Marines arriving on the scene. Get into the bunker. Quickly get into the bunker. He's blocking the Dark Templars. Dark Templars are going to kill supply depots. He's pushing forward here in the front. We got Zealots in production. We got more gateways being warped in. We got a Reaver on the way. We got triple Dark Templar in production. 6 gateways being warped in. Supply depots going down. He cannot protect the supply depots. That's terrible. At this point, it's already GG. It's already GG. He's losing supply depots, losing money. He can no longer produce units, can no longer grow a bigger army, he can no longer push forward here because he simply doesn't have enough. And the Reaver's going to kill the Marines with ease with one shot. Look at them. Boom. It's 2 down. He's hiding behind the turrets. Just found a safe spot. Dark Temple still hiding there on the side. You could just fly in and kill the SCVs, to be honest. You could really just fly in and kill the SCVs. And that might just be what he's going to do. Fly in, kill the SCVs, and end the game. So Gensay's aggression might be backfiring. And that's what I meant with what I said in game number 1. Gensay has some really crazy, almost arrogant build orders that are so crazy, so wacky, that they can realistically never ever work. But he still tries to do them because he is that good. He really is just that good that sometimes his build orders work. Here against Leebokgu, they don't. Against Leebokgu, they do not work. Look at him cleaning this up with ease. That's GG. And he calls, taps out. Leebokgu wins game number 2. That's 2 wins so far for our Leebokgu. Also known as White and Black to the players or the viewers from SCW, StarCraft World League. But it's 2 games so far. Let's go to game number 3 because that one was very short. That one was very, very short. So we have time for maybe 1 more, maybe 2 more. Depends on how long this next game is going to be. Actually, you know what? This is going to be the last one, and I'm going to save the rest for the next video. Save the rest for the next video. I think that is a good idea. So we have them right next to each other yet again. Leebokgu on the white, Protoss right below the green Terran Gensay on the 11 o'clock spawn location and the 9 o'clock spawn location. Middle left and the top left. Is Gensay going to do something similar to last game? A crazy build order where he lifts up his barracks, builds a factory, and goes for a tank push with some Marines and turrets to kill and detect Dark Templars, and then get killed by Dark Templars and Reavers? Is it going to do that? Or is it going to work? You never know. Sometimes it all comes down to a balancing act. It's always a balancing act. You're balancing on the edge of a knife, or on a rope on top of a cliff, a ravine below. One small mistake and you tumble down, and then of course you die. Or if you make it across, a balancing act, you can call yourself a victor. Because then you will of course have won the game. So Gensay is going for yet again another build order. He's going to go for a very fast factory build order. He goes for a refinery at 8.5, supply depot at 8, and the barracks at 10. And then he's going to have factories out very soon. It's going to be a double factory build order. But unluckily for him, Leebokgu is right next to him, and he doesn't find him. He doesn't go in far enough. He did not see anything. He doesn't know. He's going to continue scouting the map in complete ignorance, not knowing what the hell is happening right next to him. His next door neighbors are cooking up a storm, and he doesn't know. Well, maybe if this SCV comes from the top and scouts the bottom, no. So we can see a little bit of luck on Gensay's side. A little bit of luck. Because this means that Leebokgu is going to continue with his regularly planned build order and not know what the hell is happening. He gets found by an SCV. He doesn't really know where the SCV came from. He's probably assuming it came from the bottom. He's going to go for the top. He's going to go for the top corner. He's going to go for the top corner. Because Leebokgu thinks he scouted this base in its entirety. He did not. He didn't see anything. Because he didn't go far enough. So now he's going to scout every single base except the 11 o'clock spawn location. He's going to go to the top. And he's going to go to the 1 o'clock. Okay, he's going to go to 11 o'clock. He's going to go to 11 o'clock after all. But it might just be a little bit too late. Like, he's like, where the hell are you? That's probably what he's asking. Where the hell are you? Because he has almost scouted the entire map. And now there's going to be a vulture out. And he's going to like, oh crap, it's a double factory. It's a double factory. You bitch. You absolute bitch. I thought I had you. But maybe you have me. So how is Leebokgu going to adjust to this discovery of triple factory right next to his front door? What's he going to do? So we got one vulture on the map. We have zealots in the front and a small little wall to keep the vulture out. That's the main purpose at the moment. If the vulture gets in, probes will die. Maybe zealots will die. But the goal is going to be the probes. So now he's got triple factory, one civil production. He's got siege on the way, vulture speed on the way, and tank and vulture both in production. He's cooking up an army to break through this choke point, and Leebokgu is not really adequately preparing himself for it. He's getting a robo, getting singularity charge, getting dragoons. But when there's tanks on the map, the dragoons are no longer that strong. But now, we do have to admit, of course, Gensay does not have mines yet. He does really need mines. He's getting it now. He's getting the mines. And the dragoons can actually not get out of the base. He gets a third gateway, as if he's still alive on the bottom, so Gensay knows there's going to be triple gateway. He knows there's going to be singularity charge. He knows everything. Whereas Leebokgu knows almost nothing. Which starts the attempt to break through the front. Factory number 4 on the way. Actually, that's an engineering bay. Excuse me. Engineering bay on the way. Oh, wrong side. Got an observatory on the way. One dragoon spawned outside of his base. So that one goes down. That's a waste. Zealot's going down as well. Wall in the front still alive. 2 tanks on the scene, 2 more on the way. Mines are finished up. He's going to place mines very soon. Run in, place some mines, and keep the dragoons and zealots away. But we have the observatory finished, and we got an observer on the way there from Leebokgu. Getting gateway number 5. Gateway in the front will probably go down. Building a turret against our Templars. Templars, luckily, are not on the way. Getting a support bay, getting more cannons there to protect the back. Vultures are on the top, being annoying as hell. This might... I'm not sure who is going to win this game yet. It looks very good here for Gensay. It looks very good for Gensay. It looks even better for Gensay because the dragoons are not doing anything at all. Zealots went down very quickly. There's no army remaining for Leebokgu. He's got 5 gateways in the back. He needs a Reaver, but it's gonna take a while for the Reaver to finish, and the tanks are rolling up closer and closer. Observer has arrived, so the mines are less of a problem, but he still has to kill the mines to get on top of the tanks, so the mines are still somewhat a problem. Not as much as before, because you can see them, but they're still very much a danger. And he calls GG, he knows he can't win, and Gensay with a beautiful, beautiful win, gifted to him by a very unlucky, incomplete scout by Gensay. And I just want to highlight it real quick. I just want to look at it real quick. Like somewhere around the 2-minute mark, he tried to scout that base. Oh wait, even earlier. 145, 128, right around here. So he goes in. He goes in. And this is where he stops. Look at how close this is. Look at how close this is. Like right there. Right here. If he went just a little bit further, he would have found him. And if he had found him, he would have been able to prepare himself with a different build order. He could have adjusted and gone for 3 gateways, maybe for 4 gateways and a cyber core and 1 gas, and gone for dragoons and of course everything else. But because he didn't see it, he continued with his build order and got hard countered by Gensay's triple factory push. As simple as that. Sometimes it comes down to things as simple as that. He just didn't go in deep enough. That's all it took. All it took for Gensay to win was one small little mistake that escalated and snowballed into a definitive loss for Leebokgu. Thank you for watching. It was the first 3 games between these 2 epic players. These 2 behemoths of the fastest map world, Gensay and Leebokgu. I'll see you soon for part number 2.